All right, guys. Well, today is July 5th, I think. We got a surprise from work and they let us off yesterday and today. So here I am on a random road, brand new piece of public. I just, I looked within so far of my house and I said, all right, this summer, put boots on the ground. I want to get as big a net as possible casted. So right now I've got 7 or 8 different trail cameras out. And in this particular spot, the road right here drops down into the creek. Now, if you want to access this particular spot from the parking area, you're going to have to walk about a mile and a half. But I mean, what they did to this road is amazing. They widened it. This is all public right here. And this creek will allow me to put the yak in and go all the way around to this big oxbow that I want to look at. Now, I drove in from the opposite direction and just realized that all these ginormous crop fields on the other sides, half of it's beans, half of it's corn. So the corn is actually butting up against the creek and the public. So this it could be amazing, but it also could be a curse because these deer could live in that corn all season long until these farmers take it down. So last year it was pretty late when they did it. So I'm going to get in the yak and I'm going to go that way, and yeah, we'll just see what happens, and we'll get some footage and we'll step around, and hopefully we'll make an episode of the summer scouting that begins. As you can see, I'm got my pants on, my big boy boots. I always carry my sidearm with me. I never know what you're going to bump into in southern Indiana. Never been here before, so just some ginormous croplands that way. You could probably kill one right here by the road, this point right here. But I'm gonna drop down here in this creek and see what we got. All right, guys. Well, got the backpack and the things we need. I got a couple cameras, GoPros. My GoPro battery is so dead it's not catching a charge, so I gotta apparently hook it up to a big one. Got my yak. By the way, I wanted to let you guys know, this year and until it dies, my hunting rig is a 2002 Toyota Silver quad cab. If y'all would like to ever see it out in the woods, it's got some certain stickers on it. Obviously, the Blocker Outdoors and the Public Grind sticker. My ones on the back are rubbing off. But if y'all happen to see any stickers or anything like that and see my truck, y'all be sure to say hi. And I was about to say how quiet it's been, but that is the first car that I have seen since I pulled up here. And I just want to say to the state of Indiana, along these pieces of public property like this, where y'all have come through and widened the road big enough for us hunters to access this, that's awesome. We appreciate it. But I was wanting to just say, am I the only one that just like stands at the truck and listens at a place? And I mean, I know it could be fall and everybody does it in the spring, but man, I assure you right here, on both sides of the woods is public. This is a very steep, high ridge. Like you can see, I hope it does it justice. This is a giant rock wall here. This whole thing, I'd say probably 60 feet at least, is a giant rock wall. And so we ain't going up that. We going this way to the creek. So yeah, I just wanted to see, let me know. Join the Facebook group, comment, let me know if you actually stop and listen to the sounds of the woods like me. Well, this is typical hill country hunting 101. About 5 minutes ago when I was doing my interview up there, I told you how you could probably kill one from right here off this point. Look at this. This is right here in the woods. Go straight up this way. Coming off of that big rock wall, coming into this gap and walking that direction. They're walking it that way towards them crops. That's pretty cool. Like I said, just learning out here. My wife, there's a new baby in the family, so my wife, she went to the hospital earlier today, and I told her when she gets back that I'm gonna go put some boots on the ground and get a camera hung back in here. So I did the math, and it's almost, I don't know, probably just under a mile kayak. And I mean, this is perfect. The creek is flowing. All I got to do is put the kayak in and I can practically just flow to the spot. So there's a big oxbow back here that I want to look at. I don't know if I'm going to hang the camera there. I'm going to let hopefully there I can still see some deer slides or something, because it's going directly into the crops on the other side. So they got to be coming out of this thick bottom. And it's a pretty bottom too. Big hill country on one side, crops on the other, and probably about I don't know, it's probably 200 yard wide, real super thick. I mean, you can't shoot 30 yards in it. It's so thick. So I already walked it one direction, so I want to see if the water access is easier. But this is pretty cool, seeing this right off the road. Told you could set up right here, probably kill one. So got a little, let's see, unforeseen problem. This giant ditch goes all the way back up in there. You see it, it's giant. So I'm gonna lower my kayak to the creek, get wet, and go step over there. I should be able to get it in. Let's go this way. We're going to take the light end. Set the light end down. Slide it down the hill. Down there just like that. I'll probably slide with it. Oh, that's a pretty big drop right there. Alright, here's a tip. You want a hill like this, use your kayak as a climbing guide. There we go. Alright, so now we got a nice little spot to launch from over here. It's real nice. Okay. Alright, I'll be hang on. Watch right there. Good to launch. Okay. Good. We're good to go. This water's moving. But we got a bend. Look yonder. There's a gar. How about that? Nice creek. There's a big log right there to cross. In the event that I need that log, I know that that's there. That's good. But let's get in the water and get me a drink. You'll see where I'm at. Uh-oh. What is that up there? Man, I hope I ain't got to go around this. Let's see. I just jumped a stud. He's on this. It's only like 20 yards wide between the top of that and the corn right there. And he was bedded right on the edge and he struck out this way. I mean, he had beautiful long tines. Beautiful buck. That was a nice deer to jump. I marked him on the map. The oxbow I want to look at is around this bend a little bit, so we're gonna go in. That really is the best part about having a kayak that's small enough, is that we can get back in these access areas. And like I said, I mean, that one buck right there, just seeing him is worth the trip, because this side is public, that side's private. And like I said, I've got it marked to where I can come back in here and take a look. We just moseying along here. I know I ain't got my GoPro ain't doing right, so we're gonna film this with, oh, it pinches down right here, so it's a little harder to get through. All right, let's get under this. Okay. It's gonna be nice to be able to access this in the fall, come this water, just by looking at it. I've only seen one tree that's not clearable. May get me an inflatable and a little lock box and leave it along the creek up top, tie it up. That way I can just use an inflatable back here. It's nice back here though. They saw me. Let's go. Hey y'all, we finally made it to the point. Look at this slide. Look at all the tracks in this. Look at this slide. Going straight up into this oxbow I was telling you about. There's corn and beans all along in here. I'm gonna ease around that way and see if I find a better slide than this, because I can always float back down river or down the creek. But so far this is the best sign I have seen. I mean, this is slam tore up right here. So they're definitely coming right here. So, but this is just a little point that goes around this point, and then this is just only like 80 yards wide up here. So we're gonna go up here in a minute.